Evening everyone, my name is Miss Daisy Acheno. I am an English tutor at Kenya Institute of Foreign Languages, and today we are going to look at all the three tenses that we have in English, that is the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. So, present tense, we use present tense when we are talking about things that are happening now in the present. Then we use the past tense when we are talking about things that have already taken place. And we use the future tense when you want to talk about things that have not yet taken place. And then in all the three tenses, we have subtitles. Like now, the present tense. In the present tense, we have the simple present tense, we have the continuous present tense, the present perfect tense, and the present perfect continuous tense. So we're going to look at how we form all these subtitles in all the three tenses. So in present simple tense, just like the word suggests, it is simple. For example, we can say, I eat ugali. So, okay, present simple tense is used when we talk about things that happen every day, habitual things that you do every day. Also, we use present simple tense when we want to describe truths or facts. Again, we use present simple tense when we want to describe our daily routine. Okay? So, in present simple tense, we just use the verb in present tense. Then, present continuous tense is used when you want to describe an action that is taking place right now, but it is in motion, it is continuing. So how do we form present continuous? We form present continuous when we have the verb to be plus the main verb, then plus ing. For example, let us use the verb to eat, okay? So let us use again the first person. The first person in English is I. So we'll say, I am eating. That is, we have used present continuous tense. I am eating ugali. That is present continuous tense. Then, let us just go to the past tense. And now, how do we form past tense? We have said present continuous tense is formed when you have the verb to be plus the main verb plus ing. So when you come to past tense, we will still have the verb to be, but then it will be in past tense. So for instance, if we are using I am in present tense, in past tense we will use I was. Okay? Yes. So to be in past tense plus the main verb plus ing. Okay? Then, how do we form future continuous tense? Future continuous tense is formed when we have, now instead of using to in future, we'll use will. Okay? So we'll have will be plus the main verb plus ing. So, if in present tense we say I am eating ugali, in past tense it will be I was eating ugali. Then if you go to future continuous, I will be eating ugali. We are done with the continuous form in all the tenses. Then we go to the perfect form. We have present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. So how do we form present perfect? We form present perfect when we have the verb to have plus the past participle of the main verb. For example, in a sentence you can say, I have eaten ugali. That is present perfect. We have used the verb to have in present tense, then the past participle of the main verb. Eat in past participle is eaten. So it will become, I have eaten ugali. Then if we go to past perfect, we only change this to have. Now if in present tense we have used to have in present tense. If we come to past tense, we will use to have in past tense. So instead of saying I have, we will say I had. The past tense of have is had. So how do we form past perfect? We form it when you have to have in past tense, then plus the past participle of the main verb. So in a sentence you can say, I had eaten ugali. Then we go to the future perfect tense. We form future perfect tense when we have, now instead of having to have, we'll replace to with will. Now it will be will have plus the past participle of the main verb. So in a sentence we can have, I will have eaten ugali. That is now future perfect tense. Now let's finish up the last one, present perfect continuous tense. How do we form present perfect continuous tense? We will have the verb to have plus been, then plus the main verb, then plus ing. An example of a sentence. I have been eating ugali. I have been eating ugali. Then if we go to the past tense, now instead of having to have, we will use to had. We will use had. So instead of saying I have been eating ugali, we will say I had been eating ugali. So here it will be to have in past tense. Then everything else remains the same. Plus been, plus the main verb, plus ing. And then in future tense, instead of using to, we always use will. So how do we form future perfect continuous? We form it when we have will have plus been plus the main verb plus ing. So in an example of a sentence, let us still use our verb to eat. If we change it now into perfect continuous, present perfect continuous, to be I have been eating ugali. If we say change it into past perfect continuous, to be I had been eating ugali. If we change it into future perfect continuous, it will be I will have been eating ugali. So this table is includes all the tenses in English. I have simplified it, so it covers all the tenses in English. And I hope once you cram this, or once you understand how to use this table, then using tenses will not be hard for you. Thank you for attending today's lesson.